Driver, you are clear.
For your safety, remain seated with the doors closed, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside while the trams move, and supervise your children.
Para su seguridad, favor de permanecer sentados con las puertas cerradas, manteniendo sus manos, brazos, pies y piernas adentro mientras el tranvía está en movimiento. Y vigilen a sus niños. Gracias.
Please hold on to hats, glasses, or any loose items that could fall from the tram. If an article should fall, please stay seated until the next stop and inform the nearest cast member. Thank you.
For your enjoyment tonight, Disneyland Park will remain open till 12 midnight. Disney California Adventure Park until 10 p.m. The tram service will continue running for 1 hour after the latest park closing till 1 a.m. We thank you and wish you a magical visit here at the Disneyland Resort. Driver, you are clear.
We're now en route to the Disneyland Resort main entrance plaza, gateway to Disneyland Park, Disney California Adventure Park, and the downtown Disney District. If you are here just for the day, our one-day park hopper ticket offers same-day admission to both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. If you have more time to spend, multi-day tickets are an especially good value. Maximize your visit by downloading the official Disneyland app to purchase tickets, access park maps, view attraction wait times, and mobile order food for pickup. To provide a more enjoyable experience for everyone who visits, smoking and vaping are not permitted in our theme parks, the Esplanade between the parks, or in the downtown Disney District. If you have brought your own food and beverages, please use the picnic area located just to the left of the Disneyland main entrance. If you plan to leave the park and return later today, please be sure to keep your ticket. Just ahead is the downtown Disney District with exciting shopping, dining, and live entertainment. Just beyond it is Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, inspired by the famed arts and crafts movement in California. We are now approaching the Plaza. At the end of your visit, please return here to take the Mickey and Friends and Pixar Pals tram back to the parking area. The trams will continue running until 1 hour after the latest park closing time.
We are now approaching the tram stop. For your safety, remain seated. Keep those doors closed until I have indicated it's safe for you. To be exiting to the driver's left. Driver's left-hand side only towards the sidewalk and the big yellow line. Wait till the tram stops completely.
Respect, we're back. Like we never left. Let's go to Disneyland. For those keeping score at home, it is a Friday afternoon, right about 1 o'clock. very mellow beginning so far, right? This is one of the more chill entrances we've had to the park in the past week or two. And I've been here a lot, and it's been very busy. Last, I would say, 10 days or so. But you know what I've noticed also is that Fridays have been particularly not busy, especially when you think it should be. But it just has not been that busy on Fridays. Let's find out. We're gonna go into the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. And I would love it if there were still some Main Street vehicles out there, but I don't hear any. Normally you can hear them before you see them, or as soon as, or at this, you know, thereabouts. Oh, but I hear that.
Disneyland Limited, now arriving from a trip around Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom. Passengers will stand by.
Stand by. Nope, I see no vehicles down Main Street. Interesting. We were wondering how long they were going to keep the summer banners up. Hi, how are you? You know, the 4th of July bunting, etc. There's the bunting. Considering the Emporium and the other shops are full of Halloween merchandise, and there's even pumpkins in some of the windows, and Bulk is here. Hocus Pocus, lots of Halloween decorations. They got an early start this year, earlier than usual. That's a good mom. Keep her kids cool. But I'm guessing these are going to stay up until probably September. If they're trying to keep it, you know, like a seasonal thing. Because the Halloween season doesn't start until September 2nd. Where are those stands? Isn't this how we started the last show, or is this how we ended it? I can't remember.
Mary makes your heart so light. When the day is gray and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright. Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the smile. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Oh, what a holiday. A bright and jolly day.
All right.
When the day is gray and ordinary, Mary makes it bright. All right. Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the dawn. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so, your heart starts beating like a boom, boom, boom. Ya-da-da-da-da-da. Woo! It's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love, we love. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Ya-da-da-da.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody. We certainly do love our Mary Poppins here.
What a wonderful way to start our trip. You got the Disneyland Tram, lovely, Main Street, lovely, the Dapper Dance, lovely. Hi guys, hi. What a lovely day. Oh look, and the Mad Hatter. They forgot to look both ways when crossing the street. Give our customary high five to Walt, pay our respects.
Quick question, how much is this thing?
Do you have Genie Pass? Genie Plus today? Go photos or?
I'm in the wrong side. Love you, Walt. Thank you. Okay, we are at the hub per Walt's request. His vision was to start here and choose your adventure. You could either do that by riding the Disneyland Railroad and getting a preview of all the lands while making a Grand Circle tour, or you could come to the hub if you're walking, and he would present to you Adventureland. Can we go there? Or Frontierland, Fantasyland, or Tomorrowland. Now back then that's all they had. Since then they've added Galaxy's Edge and Toontown and New Orleans Square. So there's more adventures beyond, but we've got to figure out how to get there first. Where do we start? I think we're going to Tomorrowland, you guys. Why am I hearing no sounds of the Astral Orbiter? I'm hearing no sounds. Astral Orbiter appears to be closed, which it has been a while since I've seen Astral Orbiter closed. By the way, maybe I should be going on Star Tours today. I got this shirt the other day. I'll go in there though, they might think I'm a cast member. Look at how similar my shirt looks compared to his. Do you think people would have a hard time telling me apart from a cast member? 20-minute standby. I mean, it's kind of nothing. Let's do it. It's the back line. It looks like it's going inside the building for a second, but it won't be long. I think we'll be through this in 20 minutes. All right, about 4 minutes inside. I would say probably maybe that much longer to get inside. So we're looking at tops 10 minutes to get in the building. Three minutes into the building. 7 minutes total to get our glasses and to say hi to C-3PO and R2-D2. And it is empty in here. Friday afternoon. Star Tours. Hey guys, it's pretty empty.
fun is sightseeing and never get to see the sights. Other companies tour you so fast, it's all blur. But on Star Tours, you'll never miss a thing. Introducing the IC360 Intelligent 00.44, 1
A little bit of backup here in the screening area where I think this is probably going to be about 5 minutes. So it will be less than 20 minutes. Well, no, it'll be 20 minutes by the time we get in the vehicle because there's always a little bit of wait for them to turn over the actual Star Speeder. So when I was in this queue last time we were doing our People Mover video, I had wondered if this was track also right here, which I would try to zoom out. You know what, I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be dark. Because that looks 100% like that would be People Mover track. But I second guessed myself because you couldn't see it in the ride-through video that I had. You couldn't see this part of the queue from the People Mover, but I mean, 100% that looks like that would be track, right? It comes around where the where C3PO is. It's back that direction. It would probably even go right there as well. I'm not crazy, right? That's right?
Please direct your attention to the scan. Now, blue scan indicates that you've contracted Dago Bus.
Oh.
Don't panic. Droids are immune. I'll be fine. Keep it moving, humans, and try to act less suspicious. Thank you. You have that wild-eyed look around the outside, or even worse, a tourist. Are you sure you're not roadieing? Because you're coming up green on my scanner. No. Keep walking in the same direction. Enter. Parents, you may be asked to prove that your small children are not jealous. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Hi there, how are you doing? Hope you had a nice
The main guy's all the way down the hall, gate 13, please. D as in down the hall.
Please pay attention to the
D as in down the hall.
When the automatic doors are open, please proceed directly across the ramp into the cabin.
Who are you?
Systems analyst.
It's about time. The binary motivator's acting.
Well, binary is like a second language, even. I can't fix the motivator from here.
Just make it quick. We're scheduled to depart in a few minutes.
Then there's no time to lose. Off with you, on. Tour droids. What? Oh, now this is malfunctioning too. When the automatic doors have opened, please proceed directly across the ramp into the cabin. Continue to move all the way across your aisle, filling in every available seat. Galactic regulations require that all carry-on items be safely stowed beneath your seats. To fasten your restraint, use the yellow strap to pull the belt out from the right side of the seat and snap the belt into the buckle on your left. For your safety, remain seated throughout your flight with your restraints securely fastened. And please watch your children. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask a Star Tours agent. You'll be boarding in just a few moments. Thank you.
All passengers, please prepare for immediate boarding.
The captain isn't on board yet. You know I can't fly this thing. No, neither can you. We need a proper pilot. Attention, all transports hold for security clearance. Stormtroopers,
Will we be activated for sure?
Hold it right there, Captain.
I'm not actually the captain.
We're looking for this rebel spy. Have you seen him?
No one on this transport could possibly. Go away, beastly thing! Go away!
Urgent message. The shadow of the dark side is spreading across the galaxy. My friends in the Resistance need your help.
You're right, R2. This mission cannot fail. Activate the laser cannons.
Watch it, Red 9. You got 2 ties on your tail.
They're on me tight. I can't save them.
R2, the odds of successfully taking out 2 TIE fighters at once is approximately better than I thought. Well done. You have enjoyed your flight and
That's my ship.
I've been riding, coming to the park for every weekend for 10 years. Been riding, I don't know how many times I've been on this ride, not a lot, but enough. Never have I ever been the Rebel Spy. Of course, I put on this shirt. Boom, I'm Rebel Spy. And 27 minutes all in, that's ride time included. Pretty efficient. Why do I feel like also that it would have come across here as well? But I know that in that ride-through footage that I saw for the People Mover, that it was coming across there, because that was the view you got when you went across, well, not here. But there. That's the angle that it looks like it's coming from when you're on the, in the video. So, but I want to say where those stormtroopers were also is definitely a place where I could have sworn I remembered there being a People Mover. Almost time for sweater weather. A couple more months to go, not till November, but that's pretty neat. I like the red trim. And that's $49.99. I can remember far back enough, by the way, where this lightsaber, build your own lightsaber kiosk was brand new, and it was the way to get a lightsaber. This was, this was the pinnacle. It was the peak, building your own lightsaber here at the Star Trader. And now it's kind of quaint and old-fashioned, and not quite as fun as going to Savi's workshop, I guess. But it's still happening. People are still doing it. I want to say decades. I want to say this has been here 30 years. I don't know if you can see that, but Space Mountain says 45 minutes. That's what I'm saying, man. Fridays are just wild. Fridays are wild. 45 minutes. And that's with Lightning Lane. God, I would kill for a ride on the People Mover right now. That's all I could think about. I'm walking around like, God, it would be lovely to get a cold water or just something else cold to drink, and then take a tour around Tomorrowland in the People Mover. Just chill. 15 minutes of chill. Wonder what Nemo's doing right now. I don't owe Nemo a ride this week. Well, actually, no, it is a new week. I rode on Monday, so we're still in this week. It's Friday. I don't have to ride again until next week. But I'd be willing to guess Nemo's 45 minutes. Let's take a quick look over here at Autopia first. But that queue, I don't know if you saw that, but the queue for Nemo looked very impressive. A longer wait than Space Mountain is my guess. We're just gonna vibe here at Autopia for a minute. Wait board says 35 minutes, it's 2:41. Wait time says 35 minutes. That's a smallish standby queue. That's not a lot of standby. But they are still pulling Lightning Lane. That is not 35 minutes, I don't think. That might, well, oftentimes Autopia is what it says, or maybe even sometimes more. I have often been let down by how long the wait was at Autopia when I thought it would be less. It's one of the few attractions they ever get wrong in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? But that didn't look too bad. Oh, look at, man, I love Autopia. Are there any monorails? No. Out the gate, he's just slamming rails. I love it. You know, you don't have to hit the rail. You can steer a little bit. Oh, look at this little guy. This is one piece of Disneyland a memorabilia, ephemera, I don't know what you want to call it. I would like to have one of these. I don't know how common it is or how easy it is to get a hold of one, but I would like to have one of these. I was hoping I'd hear or see a monorail, but I have a feeling it might be closed. By now I should have heard a horn or two. How's it going? Oh my. People want them some Finding Nemo. Look at that. Oh yeah, I was right. Monorail is closed. They got a cast member out there standing guard. Finding Nemo is not. Finding Nemo is doing brisk business. I cannot see the wait time. It says 40, but yeah, no, it's not 40. No way. Especially if they're only loading one boat at a time. cool breeze just hit us right now. Matterhorn's closed, obviously. You know, I don't like it. I don't like walking through this part of the park. I don't like it when Matterhorn is closed. It does not, it does not give me good feelings. You know what, it's interesting. What have we've walked by, let's see, Astro Orbiter, Star Tours, Buzz Lightyear, Space Mountain, the monorail, Autopia, Finding Nemo, and the Matterhorn. We've walked by 8 attractions. And Astro Orbiter, Matterhorn, monorail, and is that it? And no, yeah, 3 of the 8 are closed. Is that right? I feel like it was more. This is interesting. Why that's closed or boarded up is interesting. Wish I could see through that scrim. But it makes me wonder if they're tearing down, removing that really beautiful Fast Pass kiosk. Well, I mean, the area was beautiful. They took the actual kiosk out a long time ago, but they left the theming in there. But I'm wondering if they're taking that out now. What do I hear? Is that the Pearly Band? Yes, indeed. Okay, this might be a nice break. Small World is a walk-on right now, 10 minutes. But I'm just gonna keep on going. Let's keep going, Jack. Oh man, you guys didn't hear that, but somebody just asked what Small World is. Oh, that's adorable. I want to live in a world where I don't know what Small World is. The sense of wonder that some folks get to have. So fortunate. That's why I enjoy going to the park with my daughter so much, because she's still discovering things. She knows what she likes though. And when we walk by an attraction that she likes, she gets upset. Thank you very much.
Welcome back, sailors. When your boat comes to a complete stop, please exit out your right-hand side. And
One of these days I'd like to have that job. Maybe not always, but at least one, a couple shifts here and there.
At this time, we don't stop for all back. Enjoy your around the world. Welcome back, sailors. When your boat comes to a complete stop, please exit out your right-hand side. And enjoy backpacks or sitting.
Small World is more than just a song, you guys. It really is more than just a song. Look at
Thank you.
Look at all the care.
お客様の安全のため、乗船中は船から
Bridge is fantastic.
足を出さないでください。また、お子様から目を離さないようにお願いいたします。ご協力ありがとうございます。Bienvenidos. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos,
Topiary.
brazos, pies y piernas dentro del barco. Y cuide a los pequeñitos. Gracias. Welcome to It's a Small World. For your safety,
The train.
seated throughout your voyage, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat. And please watch your children.
I can't see anybody.
Willkommen. Bitte Sicherheit, bleiben Sie bitte während der Bootfahrt sitzen. Behalten Sie die Hände.
The Glockenspiel, which we're just missing the little on the quarter-hour ceremony. And all the foreign languages.
Merci.
And the elephant topiary.
Por favor, permanezca sentado hasta que el bote se detenga en el muelle y se le pida que desembarque.
It is just not the same without hearing all the screaming from the Matterhorn. Mickey and Goofy making friends. Look at that, without the Matterhorn. Look at how clear this path is right here. No water running, no sounds of wind or roaring heralds. I don't like it. I don't like it. Not one bit, sir. Thank you very much. Oh my, look at that. Look at this. Guys, what is going on Fridays? There's no way it should be like this. Normally, at this time, what is it, like 3:30? The queue should be out here. It should be filling up this path right here. But I'm gonna do this in 20 minutes. Got in this queue at 3:22. Depending on how many boats they've got going, let's see. 20, 30, 35 people, 3 boats. I think we can get this in 3 or 4 boats. I'm so happy this happened. Not even 20 minutes. It was 10 minutes. 10 minutes to my boat. We were in boat 4.
My name's Dan and I will be your captain and storybook teller today. As we continue on with our adventure, please remember to keep those arms and the boat at all times. And parents, please remember to supervise your children. And a whale. Ahead is my whale. And we may seem a little intimidating, folks, but don't you worry. We're just going to take a quick little
The initial attraction of the design, this type of thing, was going to be like a slide. You would go through the whale's mouth and then you would drop down like a slide.
Now the secret entrance is open into the land of Storybook Land. Here in Storybook Land, we're going to closer look at some of our favorite fairy tales and stories.
It's a story. See, that's what I told you. I think he promised that I wasn't going to be nothing bad. We're done. Oh, isn't it cute? Yeah.
Now, to begin the look classic, once upon a time there was a big mad wolf and 3 little pigs. The first pig's house was made of hay. The second pig's house was made of sticks. But the third pig's house was made of guaranteed wolf-proof bricks. Now, as our story takes a turn, we're gonna follow Alex to a quaint English village, where she chased a white little rabbit down the rabbit hole and went deeper into Wonderland. Now, coming up on our right-hand side, we have London Park, where Michael, John, and Wendy, the darling children, found 2 unexpected friends, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. With the help of Tinkerbell's pixie dust, they were able to fly on over to Neverland, where they never had to grow up. Now straight ahead, right?
I'm gonna go. I'll sign up. I'm first in line.
Is the most enchanting city of Agrabah, where a street rat named Aladdin fell in love with Princess Jasmine.
All aboard.
And with the help of his mystical fortune, he was able to steal her heart. After a few Now here we have our golden archways, where Aladdin and Jasmine took a magical carpet ride. Over, under, and sideways to a whole new world. Now some say this is the exact spot where Princess Jasmine fell in love with Aladdin for the first time. Oh, how romantic!
No, but I can vocalize really well.
Now straight ahead is our mystical Cave of Wonders, where it's set a genie of unlimited cosmic power resides inside an invisible castle. Now some say to free the genie, you will grant us 3 wishes. Let's all make a wish and see if it comes true.
I never want to leave Disneyland.
That's a good one. I wish for a churro.
I can bring you one. Where do I go get one?
On our right hand side is the cottage of the 7 dwarfs, where Snow White fled from the tyranny of the evil queen. But don't you worry, folks, she's now living safe and sound and happily ever after. On our left hand side is the home of Cinderella, where her only wish was to attend the ball. And thanks to her fairy godmother, that wish came true. But when the bell struck at midnight, her carriage turned back into a pumpkin, and she left her glass slipper on the steps. But don't you worry, folks, her Prince Charming found that glass slipper, and eventually he found Cinderella. And now they're living happily ever after in the castle atop the hill. Never forget, folks, a dream is a wish you're trying. Left-hand side, we have our built-in patchwork planter, inspired by the 1933 silly symphony cartoon Refundable. A classic of Walt Disney. Some of you might be wondering, are all of these plants and trees really restored? Well, I'm going to tell you the answer is yes. They're all 100% real. And with the help of my favorite gardener, Tinkerbell, we're able to keep everything looking bright, beautiful, and young all year long. Now straight ahead, friends, is the home of the worst driver here in Disneyland, Mr. J. Thaddeus Toads. I am Mr. Toads currently on a wild ride to nowhere, in particular here in Fantasyland. Now coming up on our left-hand side is the Kingdom of Arendelle, where Neil's the story in eternal winter. But thanks to Princess Hawk and her frozen friends, they were able to thaw out that eternal winter with an act of true love. Now straight ahead is the home of Geppetto the Woodcarver, whose only wish was for Pinocchio to become a real boy. After being swallowed by Monstro the Witch, that wish came true thanks to the Blue Fairy.
One of my favorites. It's on my hat.
Oh, yeah. And now this brings us to our final chapter, where a young Prince Eric met a little mermaid named Ariel.
Uh-oh, my pen's going off. We'll just get back to get our story.
City of Atlantica, with King Francis, with you decided to give up on parenting.
Yes, I can. Well,
Since our story
we are at
as we approach our dock, you keep those arms, hands, and fingers inside the loop, and on a count of 3, I'll have everybody stand. Please wait for that count of 3.
The entrance at Big Thunder Mountain, we're at the entrance and exit.
Oh, that was lovely. And it looks like we just, well, it's still not full, but it's grown. Lovely. I've been doing a whole lot of Casey Jr., but not enough Storybook Land. Canal boats, that is. Casey Jr. Storybook Land, too. Look at that. The guy's teacups is... I mean, it's not as fun to do this alone, but golly, that's an opportunity. Look at that. I could ride the next teacups right now. I could get on those teacups when this one's done. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to say there's 8 empty teacups on that attraction right now. Well, let's see what other trouble we can get into besides the teacups. I cannot help but scat whenever I go by the teacups. What do you want to bet Fantasyland A? It's like it always is. Toads is 5. OM goodness. Peter Pan is, that's 20 minutes, you guys. That's maybe 30 tops. These switchbacks should be full right here. And it's not even full in there. Wow. That's incredible. Snow White. About normal, although sometimes or often it is filled up right here, but that's not too bad at all. Amazing. And Pinocchio is closed. Just so it looks like, because there's people in that queue, but the queue is closed. Incredible. I can't believe how not busy it is. It makes me want to go cruise by Rise of the Resistance right now. Casey Jr.'s 20. Wow. That's empty. That's 2 trains, tops. That train pulls in. It'll pull in more than half of that group. So you're on the train after that. If I get in the queue right now, I'm on the train after that one. It's amazing. But I've done me a lot of Casey Jr. lately, so let's keep moving. Maybe we should go to DCA today as well, huh? What do you think? Train? Oh, we just cut the back of it. Wow. Very quiet back here. There's another down attraction. Did you hear that? That's the sound of a CM doing testing cycles. Maybe by the time we're done making our run through Galaxy's Edge, Bike Center might be open. Oh my God, look at this. I'm sorry, what day is it and what time is it? Let's see how long it takes for somebody else to go into this tunnel. Can I get, oh, I was gonna say, can I get a clean shot? But no, just in time. As those folks were leaving the frame, these folks were coming into frame. Incredible. Wow. There's a few people. Okay, I was getting worried. I was getting really worried there for a second. I thought maybe the first order to come through here and clean everybody out. Oh my God. I think we're gonna go into Dok Ondar's Den of Antiquities for a quick visit to see if there's anything fun to look at in there. And then maybe cut through the marketplace on our way to Rise of Resistance. Uh-oh. Kylo Ren has found out about Savi. Oh no, oh no, oh no. That's bad. But there's a Jedi here to help. Where'd he go? There he is.
Oh no.
Oh, that's fun. More, please. All right, let's see what's going on here at Dok Ondars. That's $450. That ring, the Resistance Insignia ring, is only $125. I mean, I do like it, but damn, that's a lot. There's a beacon. What is it, like a bracelet? Or is it a necklace? $150. I've got the necklace that Princess Leia wears in episode 4 at the end for $2,000.
Nope.
My God, what is that thing made of? Bracelet is $450. My goodness.
One of each, except purple and red.
Purple or red, we already have
By the way, this is quite empty for Dok Ondars also. There is often a feeling of not even being able to breathe when you're in here sometimes. It's very full, but we've got a lot of empty space right here. Basically what you're seeing is the folks looking at the lightsabers, but the general browsers are not here. I had no idea lightsabers were such a big deal, but they are a big, big deal. So you can buy credits. These are New Republic credits for 30 bucks. And then this is new. Well, new to me anyway. Calamari flan, which I only just discovered, which I'm sure many of you would be with me on this in Mandalorian. We saw Mondo, he was paid in calamari flan for one of his gigs. They're squishy. They make a squishy sound when they ran over. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen calamari flan before. I didn't even know that a thing was a thing that existed. And now you can buy them. What is this? Is this a coffee? I think it's a coffee mug. There's no handle on it though, but it's ceramic and it's mug-like. Ooh. How about a Sith chalice? That's $200. And I do very much love Darth Vader's castle. I think it's one of the coolest residences of any character in the world. It's made appearances in a couple of films, and I just love to look at it. It looks great. Here's something else that's probably squishy. I think that's his face. I think. Ooh, look, you can see teeth. Oh, it's wild. You can see teeth right there. Okay. Quick trip through the marketplace, though I don't expect to find anything new there. Let's just listen.
I have Ronto to roast.
He's got Ronto to roast. That's Ronto. You can eat it. It's quite good. Oh, how have I forgotten her name? But she's here. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, this is actually pretty crowded right here. Weird, huh? That was kind of strange. It does not give you hope for there being any chance of me going on Rise of the Resistance. I mean, what would we settle for right now? If you were walking by for standby, what would you agree to? 45 minutes? 60? What's the fastest you've ever been through Rise of the Resistance? I mean, apart from Lightning Lane. Standby. Fastest standby. I think mine is maybe 20, 25 minutes. And that was late in the evening, around 7 o'clock. Lightning Lane is deep. Okay, that's all. We're already screwed. You can't, I don't know if you can tell. I can see it with my naked eye, but the lens is difficult from this distance. But that is a lot of people in Lightning Lane right now. I mean, they're switching back. There's 100 people in there. And that will be murder on standby. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever seen, I don't think I've ever seen a Lightning Lane so full, ever, which is strange considering how quiet it's been. I've been talking about how quiet it's been here through this entire video, and then we get here and there's the biggest Lightning Lane queue I've ever seen for Rise of the Resistance. And it says 75 minutes. Which I might have expected it to be worse, or it probably might get worse as they let those guys through. In a standby queue, I had no reason for hope. I haven't shown you the full length of it here, but it's full here. Standby is, and it's out here into the extended area as well. Not quite into the full extended area, but it's long enough to be a hard no. That is a definite no thank you, I'll pass next time perhaps. But considering the length of that, plus all those Lightning Lanes, they might be there for an hour and a half, and they're already sitting on the ground. My goodness. All right, let's see if our bad luck continues. That was the first time where I have walked by a thing and said no. I have been tempted by every attraction that we walked by. What have we done so far? We did Star Tours, right? We did Small World. We did, what do you call it? Oh, hold on. We did Storybook Land. All of those were just like too tempting to pass up. Rise of the Resistance, no such luck. Why did I just hear the sound of a Formula One engine? Right? Did you guys hear that? It was behind me, so you might have. Oh. Woo! I still haven't done the canoes. That is the one attraction left that I haven't done since the park's reopened. All right, taking bets on Splash Mountain. I'm gonna say 75 minutes also. I was thinking maybe 90, but I'm gonna go 75.
think I saw it online, but
Hey, how's it going?
Shit for a minute. I want to show you something.
Well, there's no extended queue that I can see. How's it going? Okay, so we were here last time during a State of Disneyland report. That queue was, there was a switchback out here. Hey guys, how are you? Hi. Hi guys. Hi. Hi. Oh. I hope they lived. That sounded bad. They sounded very, very scared. I'm gonna probably go back into Critter Country because I'm feeling the need to ride Winnie the Pooh, but I do want to see, where's the board? Oh, there it is. I couldn't show it to you because there was some guests there standing in front of it, but the sign said 60 minutes. 60 minutes. Which I would say during a hot day like this, Splash Mountain has the potential to be the longest wait in a park, or one of them anyway. So it's right up there. It's not quite rise resistance level yet, but 60 minutes is still very healthy. But I'm curious to see how the 100-acre wood looks. Yeah, hi.
Do you mind if we take a picture?
Yeah, there's at least this switchback out here, which is plenty healthy. Winnie the Pooh, meanwhile, says 5. The queue is out here, but that's a quick 5. Let's just get in there. Let's just knock it out. Let's just do this. The many adventures of Winnie the Pooh in the 100-acre wood.
Hola. Bueno, nosotros somos unos apasionados de la seguridad. Por lo tanto, permanezca sentados. No vayan a sacar las manos o los brazos, los pies o las piernas fuera del vehículo. Y cuide a los pequeñitos. Chao por ahora.
It's me, Tigger, and being safe is what Tiggers like best. So please stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside. And grown-ups, please watch your adorable children. TTFN, ta-ta for now.
Saludos, bienvenidos a Disneyland. Para que disfruten del viaje seguro, por favor, permanezcan sentados. Vayan a sacar las manos o los brazos, los pies o las piernas fuera del vehículo. Y los primeros
God, it's so adorable. I love it.
One blustery day in the hungry neighborhood, a little bear named Winnie the Pooh set off in search of honey.
Happy Wednesday. We'll save you, Piggy.
First the wind, and now this.
This is fun! Goodness gracious!
Right this way. I'm Tigger.
What a wonderful dream.
Wake up, Pooh! Wake up! Wake up,
Oh boy, it's your birthday.
It's time for your party, Pooh! Hooray! Happy birthday! Happy
Hooray! Happy birthday!
Hooray!
I do hope you like my gift, Pooh Bear.
I've never seen so many presents.
Hope you like my present. Present for Pooh. Oh, smart.
I could do this all day. Fresh baked. I could do this all day. Stare at this theming here in Critter Country. My goodness, I could do this all day. I'm like the Captain America of cute, corny, cheesy theming. It's so good. I wish they had a little more water in here. Play a game of Pooh Sticks, but I think the waterfall, matter of fact, let's go check on it. Yeah, the waterfall back there is not running, which means it's not sending any water through here. So we can't play a game of Pooh Sticks. But we can still go into Pooh Corner. And get some honey. Why don't they have any more honey snacks in here? You'd think they should, huh? Oh, this is crowded. They should have snacks of honey in here. Where are the honey-based snacks? Oh my God. I love this mug. How much have I done this before? Have I done this on camera yet? This is like the third time I've checked out this mug. It's so cute. My other Winnie the Pooh mug is one of my favorite mugs. Also, it's a classic. We did buy this. I know I talked about this. I was obsessed with this paper towel holder. We bought it. We have it. It's in our home. Paper towels are on it as we speak, but we can't figure out what Pooh is supposed to be doing. Like, the paper towels go here, right? And then obviously our instinct was that, okay, he's like holding the paper towel, the edge, but it doesn't really, it's not close enough where he could actually do that. If his hands were a little closer together, that might make sense, but the paper towel doesn't stay in there. What does he have a function? Fresh Bake, tell me, does Winnie the Pooh here have a function? One more time. This is a little crowded in here, especially for Pooh Corner. On busy days, Pooh Corner obviously is often not this crowded. You know what I want to do? Let's, on our way out of Critter Country, go stop by the Briar Patch, which is one of the most underappreciated gift shops in the entire resort. But first, here's my coffee mug that's on kids' PJs. So this is a size 2. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, these are wonderful. They do have Sophia's size, but it's too hot. It's too hot to wear that. Okay, one more time before we go. They got them in another spot, and they look even better right here. But we're gonna try to sneak out of here and go to the Briar Patch. Ba-ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da, a-boop-ba-dee-ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop. Doop doo doo, Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. He's now in the public domain, so people can do crazy stuff with his image, and I don't like it. I wish there was a petition that I could sign that actually had any, weight to it. Oh. Pay your respects, Fresh Baked. You see a train, you pay your respects. Those are the rules of Fresh Baked. Those are the rules. Same thing for the monorail and Walt Disney statue. Oh look, it's the Lily Bell. You still can't ride it. They're bringing back a tour. It's kind of like, well, they're bringing back tours, and they're doing one that's kind of like the walk in Walt's footsteps tour. I forget what they're calling it. Let me adjust my camera here a second. But it is part of those tours. One of those tours, anyway, included riding the Lily Bell. But I don't know which one. No, I'm sorry. The walk in Walt's footsteps included his apartment, the Disney apartment there on Main Street or Town Square. I think they did a whole train one. I know Laramie did a train one in Walt Disney World, which is great. Anyway, we've arrived at the Briar Patch. I just want to bring you in here because this place is stinking adorable. Hi, how are you? It got a refurb not long ago. Looks great. This is where some folks spotted some Imagineers checking this place out. They were looking perhaps to see how they could make use of it for Tiana. But it's just ears, it's hats and ears. Oh, I guess they got t-shirts too. It's not really the merch that's important here, it's just this. The fact that they've got carrots growing in the ceiling. Because, we're at a Briar Patch. Then you got Brer Rabbit here over the fireplace. Oh my goodness. You can still get a coonskin cap. Do they call it that anymore? I don't know if they call it that anymore. The old Davy Crockett hat. These things used to sell like crazy back in the day when they first opened the park. You couldn't keep these things on the shelf. They were like mini ears. But look at that. It's just so adorable.
Take the glasses off to smile at the camera.
What I love about it too is they've got this window. I've talked about this before. They've got this window where you can look in and out of. It's a proper window. It's so cute and authentic. Like you really feel like they dug this thing out of a hillside, like you're a hobbit. Amazing. I'll be looking for this shirt sometime soon at D or at Company D. Next time I get invited, a friend of mine gave us an invite recently. We were able to go to D or Company D last week, and we spent like $300 on merch. And I found a couple retro shirts. I'm hoping they work. The shirt I'm wearing is a Company D purchase. Anyway, there you go, guys. That's the Briar Patch. Looks like the canoes are down for the day. I haven't seen a Mark Twain or a Columbia. There should still be time for the Mark Twain. It's only it's like 4:40. Sorry, I'm having a moment. Hi. Oh, thank you very much, guys. Tom Sawyer's Island is a waste of space. Oh wait, that's the Mark Twain, isn't it? Should we catch it at the secret path? That's an idea. There's the Columbia. There's the Mark Twain. Just in time. Asked and answered.
Just go straight.
All right, well, as I mentioned, okay, here's another point where I feel like it should be more crowded where I am right now. That was kind of breezy, feeling really breezy. I'm gonna guess Haunted Mansion is at 35 minutes. 20, it's 20. The queue looks to be about just half of the queue back there. Okay, sorry, I gotta go handheld for a little bit. The gimbal just conked out on me. It should be fresh on batteries, but for some reason it just conked out on me. So we're gonna go handheld until I can figure that out. But as I was saying, Liz and I have a date for Sunday night. This Sunday, the 14th, which should be the last night of regular Haunted Mansion until they close it down for a couple of weeks to put in the Haunted Mansion holiday. And then it's the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay for 4 months total, if you include the 4 weeks that it takes for them to put it up and take it down. So that's a big event. That's a big event for us because we, obviously we love the Haunted Mansion. We want to get as much of that in as we can. Do I need to get in? Oh my, what? Guys, there's nobody in Pirates right now. I was gonna head over to DCA because it's almost dinner time. That says 20 minutes, but I'll be shocked if it is. It's 4:47 now. Let's see how this does. We're gonna go right this time because it looks like everybody's staying out of the left side, or everybody's jumping to the left side for some reason. So we'll mix it up. We'll go right. There's no way that's 20 minutes. Did you need to join somebody?
Oh no, just we're here.
Five minutes so far. We got probably another 2 or 3 minutes to the door, and then another 2 or 3 minutes to our boat. I'm predicting 6, 5, 11 minutes total to our boat. 10 minutes to the door.
Ahoy, mateys! For a safe voyage, be sure to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat.
You may not survive to pass this way.
Pirate
Everyone an egglet! Hey there, you bilge rat!
Quit your fucking. The gentleman wants the room.
I be holding the treasure map and the key as well. What I wouldn't give to see the look on Captain Jack Sparrow's face.
It's us what needs a ruddy up, not them blasted lovers. Or that blasted pocket picking pirate.
Yo, ho, a bar is life for me. A toast to bars and its many shining rewards.
So good right about now. Feeling so good. What a lovely couple of hours we have spent so far here at Disneyland. Capping it off with a fun little trip through the Spanish Main, Pirates of the Caribbean, our last stop here at Disneyland. I'm hungry and I feel like having some dinner at DCA, which is where we're going next. Liz and I went to Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta last week. We got the most amazing, you ever had the 5 cheese ravioli with the basil pesto? Yeah, is that right? Am I saying that right? It's the pesto ravioli. It's so good. It's so good. I'm thinking about getting that again, but there's a lot of things over there that I want to try that I haven't tried recently. So who knows? We're gonna take a tour, find out something good to eat, then hit a couple rides while we're over there. Obviously, we're gonna be checking out the World of Color Lagoon. Hey, what's up, man? How are you, Mark? Looking forward to it. Let's walk it out. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yo. In the sky. Lo siento mucho. I hear the dance. A perfect way to end our Disneyland visit. I thought Pirates was going to be it, but how lucky have we been lately with our timing and the Dapper Dance?
Has anybody seen my gal? Now if you ride to the cabin covered with fur, diamond rings and all those things, you can bet your life it isn't her. But could she love? Could she woo? And could she coo? Has anybody seen my gal? Where's my baby? Anybody seen the little sweet gal? Has anyone seen my gal?
Thank you. You fellas noticed that none of them have pointed us in her direction. No, that's just
Speaking of gals, we had a request.
We did?
About a fur-wearing husband.
Oh,
Yes, to the streets.
So lock up your puppies and close down the pound.
Whenever dogs howl, Cruella's around.
1, 2, 3.
Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. To see her is to take a sudden chill. Cruella, Cruella de Vil. The curl of her lip, the ice in her stare. All innocent children had better beware. She's like a spider waiting for the kill. Look out for Cruella de Vil. At first you think Cruella is the devil, but after time has worn away the shock, you come to realize you've seen her kind of eyes, watching you from underneath a rock. This vampire bat, this inhuman beast, she ought to be locked up and never released. Oh, will the world be such a wholesome place until Cruella, Cruella de Vil, de Vil, Cruella, Cruella de Vil.
I'm a Dapper Stan. Woo!
Tyler, you know something? That Cruella, yeah, she's a real creature. You're doggone right.
That's a dog joke. Cruella, Cruella de Vil. We're going to DCA.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Bum ba da dum ba da bum ba da dum ba da 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 da. Cruella, Cruella de Vil.
$7 for another star, please.
That was very enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable. They built this park in a parking lot. How about that, Fresh Baked? In a parking lot. I haven't seen any Halloween decorations here at DC. I just realized. Not on Buena Vista Street, I don't think. Not yet. Oh, I take that back. There it is. They got some pumpkins. They got some black cats. They got a scary looking owl. Ooh, look at this guy. Creepy, creepy pumpkin. Ooh, I wonder if they've got the candy sort of diorama thing over there at I forget what they call that entrance, the Elysium.
Candy Kitchen, where we get to see our candy pictures.
Not Candy Mountain. But this window right here, and it looks like they do have it out already. Yep. It's much better seen at night, but you can get an idea. I love this little scene that they've set up here. Look at the orange rock candy there. Ooh, candy corn. Ah, I love it. It's candy. It's like a candy corn hill. Up to see Mama's house there, like Psycho. And these are train cars filled with Jelly Bellies, Gobstoppers, gumdrops. Nice. Pumpkin corn. I like pumpkin corn also. Candied almonds back there. Oh, and look, they've got a nightmare wreath on that house. Yeah, I wish I could show you a little better here. Too much glare. It's too bright out. I can't show you. So I've arranged for dinner at Pacific Wharf. They have it's a new Italian deli meat sandwich, prosciutto and salami and things like that. Liz has had it before. She really enjoyed it. She said she liked it quite a lot, so I'm going to try it out. Right after we passed by this red car trolley, which we were lucky enough to enjoy the other day. Had a great time on there. Yeah, I'm so glad that thing's back to sound, and the sight of that thing just making its way through Buena Vista Street is perfection. They really made something there, didn't they? They really, really did. Mum-ba-da-ba-da-da. Pacific Wharf, we've arrived. This place is fun to eat at. They've got lots of good choices here. Cocina Cucamonga, Pacific Wharf, obviously, Lucky Fortune Cookery. But the seating here is just, I feel like I'm in a giant outdoor cafeteria. Not a lot of nuance in the seating, especially the center seating. I guess it gets a little bit more, I don't know, nice, or not nice, I don't know. The aesthetics are a little better. We've landed at the Pacific Wharf Cafe, found a nice, it's not very often you get a chance to sit here on a rail with the actual, wharf on your side with the view of the fun wheel behind us, the Pixar pal around. Hopefully I'm not covered in shade because the light is behind me, which is not good for shooting. But it was either that or I show you some of the folks eating. So there's your classic deli sandwich, prosciutto, salami, pepperoni, pepper jack cheese, arugula, tomato, which I took out, onions, and creamy pepperoncini spread on sourdough with potato chips. I mean, that looks pretty good. What is it about good cured meats and cheeses? That was quite delightful. Had our seats right there. Lovely, lovely dinner. The thing about cured meats, though, is that they're very salty. I'm gonna need myself a treat here in a little bit. But for now, I'm gonna leave this right here. I'm gonna enjoy this view for a minute. You're gonna enjoy this view with me.
Carrots and juice.
This is new. They've put a row of tables here along the side of the bridge. This is definitely new. That's interesting. I really like that. I'd almost be okay with both sides. Tell you what, though, Pixar Pier really does have its moments. My goodness. I mean, that's not even showing you the best of it yet either. That's not even the best of it. I know you know where I'm going, but I still like to talk about it. I mean, this is why we come here. This is why I come here anyway. This is why I come to DCA. Except they're getting ready for the dessert party for World of Color. We got a little time. This is a place where I'd like to see them put some tables. They did this for Touch of Disney. When the parks first opened, they had tables all over the place up here. That was a lovely place to sit. They have no tables out here now, but I think it's probably because they have to take them out in order to let the crowds in for World of Color. So it's kind of inconvenient to do that. But it would be nice if they could. Golden Zephyr's open, you guys. It's calling me. Golden Zephyr is calling me. It has been a minute since I've been on the Golden Zephyr. Da, da, da. I've got you in my sights, Golden Zephyr. What just an absolute wonderful place to relax right here. Am I right? Is Little Mermaid closed? It is. The doors are shut. Another closed attraction. I need to set up another visit to Lamplight down there. We got, I don't know if you guys saw our Magic Morning video, we got to have brunch at Lamplight, and I had perhaps the best burger I've ever had in my life. I've been on this planet for 52 years. I've eaten a lot of cheeseburgers. Now, I'm not exactly a food connoisseur. I don't know everything there is to know, and I certainly haven't tried every burger there is. I mean, I've tried my share of fancy burgers. Damn. And it wasn't just the fact that, you know, they had an egg in there and whatever else. However they prepared the actual burger, and I'm hoping that that's how they do all their burgers. If it is, I'm gonna have another burger there next time, because that was the best burger that I've ever had. And then not top it all off with, you know, all the other stuff, the egg, and just, oh my God, it was so good. It was enormous. Very difficult to eat. I didn't film myself because it would have been a disaster. But let me just tell you, the breakfast burger at Lamplight Lounge for brunch is the best burger I've ever had. Oh, thank you very much. All right, Golden Zephyr it is. Says 10 minutes. That's probably just one rotation. Looks like there's a few folks up there waiting. I see maybe a dozen. Make it 13 if you add Mr. Fresh Baked. Perfect time to fly tonight, right now, too.
Have a real humdinger of a flight.
I want to talk like that. I mean, I do talk like that, actually. I say things like golly gee and heavens to Betsy, but I want to find a way to use humdinger. I need to fit humdinger into my vocabulary somehow. We're just chilling, watching them put together the dessert dining area here for World of Color, while everybody else takes their pictures out there in front of the lagoon. Does it count if all the apparatus are out? Like when you get your World of Color or your Paradise, that's what I keep saying it wrong, Paradise Bay pictures, does it count if all the World of Color stuff is out? Do you feel as satisfied? I think I wouldn't. In fact, I don't like shooting it right now. But I love to shoot this.
Thank you.
Sorry, I had to pull my seatbelt. This view of the World of Color viewing area and the bridge to Pixar Pier and Lamplight Lounge. They really did a wonderful job converting Ariel's Grotto. Do I have that right? It was Ariel's Grotto into Lamplight Lounge. It's 100 times better, you guys. That aspect of it is 100 times better. Here we go, boys and girls.
And that's the time in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm already sick. Well, I have to say, I think we showed a little bit of moxie. I don't know if it's a lot of moxie, but we showed a little bit of moxie. Oh, thank you. I feel better now having said that.
Thanks for flying the Golden Zephyr.
Alright, yeah, we gotta skedaddle, you guys. I am not doing that though. Not.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed your flight.
Why does every ride at California Adventure have to spin?
As you can see, your rocket ship has touched down, but the are still in motion. So for your safety, please make sure that your remain seated. When you're
Jumping jellyfish doesn't spin.
I will let you know. Don't go into quick stop and safety exit. So then come back to the here we go.
Oh no. Silly Symphonies is a walk-on. Not doing it though, just saying. Just pointing it out. Silly Symphony is a walk-on. More or less. I don't see anybody on the stairs. And yeah, I'd see about 24 people maybe waiting for swings, which is just one rotation. The Incredicoaster. I'm getting more and more of a lightweight every day. Every day that goes by, I become more and more of a lightweight. I dang near lost my cookies on the swinging gondolas at the Fun Wheel. Spinning rides, man. I can't do it. The Incredicoaster gets me. The first half of the ride is great. As soon as I do that loop though, everything from the loop on kills me. But I do love the first half of that attraction. Hey guys. Emotional Whirlwind. Not quite a walk-on. 2 rotations maybe. Not doing that either. Yeah. Says 20 minutes for a non-swinging gondola, which is about right. This is quite a bargain. If you don't see anybody around that corner, you've got yourself a good deal. Because often the queue will go all the way up here and, around that corner. So if you see it just around that, or if you can't see it coming around the corner, that is a great opportunity. I will not be doing this either though, because I'm alone and I'm weird and awkward. Sometimes I look at these scenes and I feel like they're just a miracle. Like, I don't even know how people come up with this stuff. I wish I had that kind of mind to conceive of how to put all this together. Oh. You know what I mean? It's so impressive. It really is impressive. You gotta give him credit. They don't get everything right, but what they have created is pretty great. Mistakes are made, but perfection is unattainable. Perfection is impossible. 45 minutes, by the way, for Midway Mania. Jesse's Critter Carousel. Hi. I mean, no, I can't do it. I thought about it. I really did think about it. I'm on the wrong side of the street. I didn't get to look at the standby for Incredicoaster, but that is very, very short. And look how briskly they're moving through the queue. So it's not dense at all. That's 20 minutes. And there's nobody in the lightning lane right now, which makes it even better. Wow. What happened to Friday? People just don't come to the park on Friday. Is that correct? Is that what it is? They're doing something else now on Fridays? Besides going to Disneyland? Mondays are busier at Disneyland than Fridays. They had fun. That's what I like to see. Do you ever get nervous? Like the most nervous moment for me is the moment when I pull the shoulder harness down. That's the most nervous moment for me. I don't know why. Anybody else feel that way? There's something about that. There's something final about that. It's like saying you've committed, you're in, and now we're gonna go do a 360 loop in the sky and hope we don't fall out, which we never do. So great. I really enjoy being able to watch attractions happen like this. There's our group right there. Oh, here's another one. What do you know? You know, it's funny. I was talking earlier about how I wanted something sweet after my dinner at Pacific Wharf. And I just saw a gentleman enjoying what looked to be a very delicious cold beer. So I think I'm gonna backtrack. Wait, can I get? No, I think it's easier this way. I'm gonna backtrack over to, I gotta mobile order that thing, don't I? I'll check back with you guys in just a minute. Okay. Orders placed, we got 10 minutes to kill. Let's go into Nick Snacks. See what they got in here while we wait for them to prepare my beer. Oh, turning red. This is currently Sophia's favorite movie. Has been for a while, actually. Is this too? Looks like it lights up. I think it does. It's a nightlight, yes. That is super cute. I mean, it's great. But again, I think it's too warm. And I'd be nervous trying to get that in advance. Because she might not like the movie in, 2 or 3 months? And it's okay to wear that? Oh, I never noticed that before. They got a price list here. A classic is $49. 2 for $69. Am I reading that right? Or a premium that's with color for $89. And then these are some examples of their work. Once again, I wish I could draw and be creative and arty like that. I find that very appealing. Like I admire people who can draw like that. I can't get dimension. I can't get things to be relational. Something's always too big for the rest of the thing. But I do okay in the Animation Academy when I follow directions, because I'm pretty good at following directions. So here we go. Starting price is $89, up to 3 colors. Does that include the frame? Includes glow features. One of these days, Edna Mode. This is new. They've got a whole section here for Ratatouille. That's a heck of a coffee mug there. I do not think I'll be getting that one. That will not make my list. Anyone can cook. But it's just a notebook. No recipes in there. Oh, look at this. What is this? What is this? This is a Remy wearable remote control buddy. So this is one of those things that you put on you. It's got a remote. That's cute. How much are these? I didn't even look. They don't have a price. Does that one? No. None of them have prices. Okay, that was fun. Let's go get a beer. It looks great, right? Here, the thing is that there's not enough rides. They need more attractions, and they need more attractions that don't spin. You can count. Like there's what? The Goofy Sky School, I'm gonna say that doesn't spin. And Little Mermaid, that doesn't spin. Radiator Springs doesn't spin. And take care, Monsters Inc. Oh, it's Soarin'. Although for some, Soarin' could actually be nausea-inducing also. But that's 5 attractions. Do I have it all? Did I get everything? Grizzly River Run spins. I don't know, so many rides spin. It's like, how can you do that all day? I can't. Bum ba da da ba da ba da da da. Ba ba da da, ba ba da da, da ba da 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 da. You guys remember that one time we rode Golden Zephyr? That was fun. People are already waiting for World of Color. That seems very early. What even time? What time is it even? Is it even 7? I don't even think, is it even 7 o'clock? 7:15 it is, 7:15. That's a bold move. That's a bold move. And who knows how long they've already been there? That's my Pacifico right there.
Come on, sir. Do you want a lime?
No, I'm good, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thank you. There we go. I didn't know how badly I wanted a beer until I saw that guy drinking one. Ah, that is perfect. Thank you, DCA. That's the thing I can't do at Disneyland, is it? Ah. All right, we're gonna be walking it out from here, Fresh Bake. We're winding down our evening here at the Disneyland Resort. Just trying to figure out where I want to take this thing out. I'm thinking Grizzly River Run. Actually, that sounds kind of wonderful. We'll take that back trail out of here and then take the tram back to the Mickey and Friends parking structure, and we've had ourselves a day, Fresh Bake. Had ourselves a day.
Look up. Look up, boy.
Where that? There he goes. There he goes. That was coordinated. There was a 1, 2, 3 on that one. They were working together. Here's your dessert party queue for those. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I wasn't sure if I could walk through here, but I think I can. If you get a dessert party, I guess this is where you line up. I remember. I have a memory. When World of Color first became a thing, they would queue you. You get your fast pass at the Grizzly Peak or the Grizzly River Run fast pass stations, and then they would queue you before the show started. They queued everyone at Redwood Creek Challenge. The very first World of Color I ever went to, I queued at Redwood Creek Challenge, and then they escorted you. They walked you all the way over there. This wasn't for a dining package or anything like that. It was just, you know, regular guests in the yellow zone. Wow. Now they just they queue you up right there in the parade corridor. Still quite a line up here for Grizzly River Run, even though it's late in the day. It'll be this way for most of the night, I think. I love this. Hey, how are you? It's been a minute since I've seen people actually in this part of the queue out here. Fascinating. So great. I wonder what standby is for this right now. If it's out here, it's got to be an hour, right? Oh, yes. They were hauling. The water level seems lower than it used to be. Have I talked about this? There used to be more water in here, and you used to get a bigger splash out here in this splash zone. That guy and his little kid would be getting soaked under old conditions, but not anymore. I don't know why they did that, if it's intentional or what. And I don't see the geysers out either. There's a very menacing geyser right here. But I don't. That one can actually hit the boat if it's timed correctly. But there's other ones that don't have any chance of hitting the boat. But I don't see those going either. Grizzly River Run spins. Now they're enjoying themselves. That's what I like to see. Being in the moment and having fun. Just gonna do a quick check and see what the standby is, but I'm gonna guess an hour. Look at that lightning lane right there. That's all lightning lane out here. Is that 50 or 60? I think that says 50. I don't think I've ever waited standby in this attraction. Not in the full standby anyway. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. I have waited standby, but not in a longer queue like the one that goes all the way back there. So I have no idea how accurate that is. Interesting that I just realized that. Hey, how are you? It's interesting, the things that over time, like I realized details like that I've never done before. Hi, how are you? I'm gonna have to, I feel like I need to. I feel like I haven't really experienced all there is to experience if I haven't done a thing like wait in the complete summertime queue at Grizzly River Run or Splash Mountain for that matter. I've never waited the full length in a Splash Mountain queue. The one that even the switchback out there by the drop. Never done that before, ever. I've always either gotten a fast pass or single rider, or just not been and haven't gone when it was busy. I mean, you can't even notice. It should break out. Looks perfectly natural back there while we're in the redwood forest. Grizzly Peak. I'm just avert your eyes. One of the best gift shops in all of Disneyland Resort right there. Humphreys. Oh, the lights are on. Oh, those... What's that in the trunk? Oh, it's a lantern. I wonder if they've redone this. Because they took the car out for a little while. Maybe they washed it or something. Gave it a tune-up, took it into service, oil change, all that. Hi guys. Looks like they're making some toffee in there. Oh, bottle rail! I never get that on film. Not this one. Never. I'm gonna have to book that one in my library. Caught the monorail on Buena Vista Street on film. Red car trolley. Oh, they're taking off. Welcome aboard. Love this. Oh my god, I love this so much. Hey, hi! Hi guys! Oh my god, hi! We're going home. Our day is done. We're gonna conclude with a trip back to the Mickey and Friends parking structure on the Disneyland Tram. But I do want to say thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Follow us on Instagram at _FreshBaked. On Twitter at FreshBakedDisney, that's fresh with no E, and on TikTok at FreshBakedDisney. If you like our show, hi! Hi, hi, hi! Hi! So many friendly folks out here. If you like our show and want to show you support, please do consider joining us on our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/FreshBaked. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, everybody. We love you. Be safe, be kind. Fresh Baked. Can I guess?
You are a YouTuber, are you?
I am, yes, Fresh Baked.
I just saw your video this morning.
Awesome, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. You've probably watched the Magic Key or unfavorable guest. Oh, monorail. He's favorable, no doubt about it. That is a scientific marvel. I don't know how they figured that out. The way it snakes like that, the tram.
You have not crossed the yellow line at this time. There'll be no more boarding, and the tram will be here shortly. Thank you. Folks, this tram is ready to depart. Driver, you are clear.
Driver, you are clear.
For your safety, remain seated with the doors closed, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside while the tram is moving. And supervise your children.
Para su seguridad, favor de permanecer sentados con las puertas cerradas, manteniendo sus manos, brazos, pies y piernas adentro mientras el
Our day ends while their evening begins. Have fun tonight, guys.
Gracias.
Do you think they're going to catch the fireworks?
Glasses or
Fantasmic? Or maybe they'll just here for some dinner and maybe ride Big Thunder or Pirates of the Caribbean? Do you think they'll stay all night?
Thank you.
The late evening trips to Disneyland are some of the best ever. You know what I miss is this walk right here. You used to be able to walk for the Mickey and Friends down that path right there before Pixar.
Driver, you're clear.
The Pixar Palace parking structure. I don't know if you can see that path over there. You would cross the street. Oh look! Enjoy! Have fun tonight!
If you will be returning to the park later today,
You would cross the street at Disney Way, I think? No. Magic Way.
Today's parking ticket to re-enter the parking
You would
area.
cross the street at Magic Way and then walk it in along Disney Way, I think it is. I don't know my streets.
The official Disneyland app before the end of the day. As you travel through our resort, we'd like to remind you that our guest parking areas have a speed limit of 14 miles per hour. We ask that you please observe this speed limit and yield the right of way to Disneyland vehicles, whether it's walking or driving.
Reminder, folks, you'll be exiting to the driver's right-hand side. Wait till the tram comes to complete stop and is indicated to the stage to exit. To the driver's right-hand side with doors closed and remain seated. Thank you.
Full trams, I love it. People are excited to go to Disneyland tonight. It was a very unbusy day today, though. Lots of folks coming in.
With the doors closed and main seated, you'll be exiting to the driver's right-hand side, my right-hand side, away from the bushes. Wait till the tram comes to complete stop for your safety. Hold on, please. Wait till the tram comes to complete stop for your safety. Hold on, please.
Good night, Disneyland. Good night, Fresh Baked. Love you guys.